Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2, which took forever, of Coach Fat Jesus' Cosplay Corner, and I brought Miranda with me, also known as Deisel Fueled Cosplay, and one of my buddies from the con circuit, and y'all know her here in Dragon Con, and Drinking Bros Nerds as well. And she's rocking out her Murloc onesie.
Oh,
uh, so currently, what are you working on for your cosplay right now?
oh, that's a loaded question. So, what aren't I working on? No. So I just completed my Proxima Midnight cosplay for Dragon Con, and actually I have another con coming up next weekend, Holiday Matsuri, and so I've just kind of been rocking Proxima for that since I put so much work into it.
Because it's a badass cosplay.
Yes, and I'm really proud of my, my penis head that I rock.
Well, shit, I thought your Sylvanas or Illidan was pretty badass, but no, you took it to another level with Proxima.
There's my glaive back there.
Yeah.
Illidan was fun, but
yeah, you took it to another level with Proxima. It's insane.
Yeah, I show people pictures, and they're like, "That's not you."
Yeah, that the professional picture you had done. Holy crap, it's amazing.
Yeah, you'll have to post it up.
Oh, I'll definitely post it up. So you're just working on fine-tuning that currently right now for the con?
Yeah. So one of my armor pieces broke, and kind of redo or just touch up my horns a little bit because the paint started coming off. So that's a fun thing. My little place that I have a penis head. It's fun because when you do prosthetics, obviously, so you can see the nude color here. This is the color when you're doing it originally, so if you can imagine something this shape, that color, it's kind of fun to walk around with.
So it definitely looks awkward.
Definitely looks awkward.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, I know right here we're going to talk about the horns a little bit more other than their very unique shape. For those of you who are getting into prosthetics or want to do some kind of prosthetics, there's a lot of tutorials online, but I just kind of wanted to go through the way that I did it, and this is actually the first time ever doing it, and as you can see, it turned out pretty good.
It turned out pretty damn good. Not just pretty good, pretty damn good.
Yeah. So the first thing is getting a base shape that you want to do. So if you're doing horns, I actually have a sample pack of actual horns from the store. So if you want to do like little devil horns or something, you'd want to get your base shape. So if you have horns already from something, you can absolutely use that. Just make sure you prep the surface with a mold release spray. But I had to make it my own because they're very unique. So this is the first base shape. And what I did was I used what we call a sulfur-free clay. And the reason why I like to use the sulfur-free clay is because it doesn't dry. You can keep working with it.
Ooh, that's cool.
So, like, as you can see, this is still completely moldable if I wanted to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so this is why I just used just one of them and then I flipped the shape. So if you look inside here, I actually... Oh yeah, and I stuck a nylon glove in there. So I needed to bulk up the shape. I didn't want to use a whole bunch of clay and waste all this clay. So what I did was bulk up the shape with tinfoil and apparently a nylon glove.
That works.
So you make the base shape with that.
Does that work?
Yeah. Yeah, it works.
It's actually a fantastic little thing because nylon gloves are super cheap. I just bought a 100-pack of them for like $3.
Oh yeah, and you definitely, if you're cosplaying, you have them around because God knows you're getting into all this pain.
Well, I haven't done that crazy stuff yet. Most of my cosplay is sewing related, and then I find stuff that works with it because I haven't fully gone into prop and armor like you guys and Julie. And there's the puppers.
There's the puppers. Say hi. Say hi, Ronnie. Thank you.
I had to get gloves to change out a toilet in my house, so
I
had to buy one.
That's always fun.
It actually was quick and easy, and I didn't do most of the work, so it worked out in my favor.
Yeah, I always get mine from Harbor Freight because it's the cheapest. Harbor Freight's the best.
Oh, really? Is it cheaper than Home Depot's? I might check it out then.
Yeah, I always get the 9mm, the black ones.
Yeah, that's why I got mechanic gloves. Actually, it was a pack of 40 for like $3 or $4. But yeah, so once you get the mold that the design you're trying to go with, what do you use to, like, you could see there was like indentations in there for design. Do you use a scalpel or anything like that? What do you do?
That is a great question. I actually have also from Harbor Freight. It's called a hobby knife kit. It's when I bought it, it was red and black, but it's a little case and it's got a bunch of different molding like spoons on it. It comes with blades and everything, so it's a handle that you can interchange the kits on.
Oh, cool.
So if you need an X-Acto knife, or if you need a certain type of blade, they even have like a pick, different picks.
Yeah.
So you could change it out, whatever you're trying to use, and that's what I was using for all the detailed little lines.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
And I guess you went online to look up Proxima Midnight's design and got some close-ups of her horns and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's another fun thing. And a lot of you who are getting into cosplay will realize that some of these obscure characters that you're trying to cosplay have very little reference material. And Ethan can definitely attest to that, because he's picked some obscure stuff. Some of the stuff he just makes up, like it's steampunk stuff.
Yeah.
Your pirate stuff. You're just like, this is what I want to do, and you have no source material. So
no, not at all. You just basically mash shit together sometimes.
Yeah, but it's great, and that's the same thing for Sauron. For my Sauron, all my armor.
What made us friends, basically?
Yes, and you and your drunken Naruto.
It was I'm still proudest cosplay of my life. I love that. I love that thing.
That was good. Yeah, so for Sauron, I had zero source material, because if you think about it, when is he seen in the movie?
Yeah.
Like, the beginning.
The very beginning, where he slaps people around with a magic mace.
Yeah, so I was going through the movie and, like, pausing, just to try and get, like, actual reference photos. And, so same thing with Proxima. She's not seen very, at least when she is seen in an Avengers movie, it's, like, very fast paced, because they're all fighting scenes, so it's really hard to screen grab certain details. So I went a lot off of, I guess there's a video game out.
Strike Force?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Marvel Strike Force. I knew immediately.
There's that, and then, oh yeah. And then I tend to do this, so I got a few of them all. So, I have the bestest friend in the world, John Spurk.
Oh, Spurkulator. I love him.
He actually knew I wanted to do Proxima, so he bought me the Proxima figure. And so I did a lot of reference stuff off of that. And I actually have a figure for everything I've cosplayed, so I have an Illidan.
I was going to ask if you had an Illidan. Okay. But Illidan Caesar, he was all over World of Warcraft, so there's plenty of stuff to find for him.
There's plenty of reference stuff for Illidan. But yeah, I have Sauron, I have, what else did I do? I have Mercy. I don't even remember what I've cosplayed at this point.
Your Horizon Zero Dawn character.
That wasn't me, that was Kyle.
No, I thought you had one similar to it, though.
Do I?
Yeah. I know Kyle did his, but I thought you had one that was similar to it.
No. No, I did, I did do Machiko.
That may be what it was, I was thinking.
Predator.
But Kyle's also one of her amazing friends that is one of her handlers.
Shout out to Kyle. He's by the 9 Designs. That's his page. And I'll give the link so when the video goes up.
Yeah, Kyle's awesome. I get to bullshit with him when John's not around.
Yeah, he does commissions for props. So if anybody needs something.
His props are fantastic, by the way, people.
Yeah. He puts a lot of heart and soul in them. What next?
I just listened to your dog. I heard it flipping the ears. So when you after you mold and you put the design in, do you prime it before you paint it, and then walk us through that process?
So after you have the mold, if you're using that clay, specifically, you don't have to prime it.
Ooh, that's good to know.
Yeah. But you do want to do a little bit of flour. I tried cornstarch. Cornstarch gets clumpy. But the flour is where it's at. So if you want to dust a little bit of flour on it, that really helps thicken it up. Because the first time that I tried, I just did layers of latex, and it was too thin. So if you're a few base layers, you'll want to do a really light dusting of flour.
Oh, that's cool. That's definitely knowledge I did not know about.
Yes. And then around the edges, so I got away with it on this one because for the shape of her head. Because it's, like her whole top of her head, nothing's smooth.
Yeah.
It's all like a very rough finish. So normally what you want to do is you want to kind of just, when you're layering, you want to take your layers, you're going to do one layer all the way out, and then your second layer is not going to go as far out, then your third layer, so you're going to work your way in, so that way it tapers out, and it becomes super duper thin on the edges. So like paper thin on the edges.
Okay.
And that helps you blend it into your skin.
But with her, it's perfect because her forehead's all misshapen.
Right.
Oh,
So it didn't
sweet.
need to be further blended or anything.
Can't complain about that.
And as far as, so when you're doing casts and molds, when you asked, how do you prime your surface? So on the flip side, when you're releasing the mold, you need to prime the surface because it will stick to itself.
Awesome.
So you prime that with flour as well. Keep it cheap.
Yeah.
This is not an expensive process. I mean, the latex I use is, I don't even know where I got it. I think I got it at Spirit online somewhere. It's just $10.
That's not bad at all.
Perfect. Yeah. It doesn't have to be expensive. But of course, after a while and you get used to it and you want to invest in Ben Nye, like liquid latex and all of that, go for it. I'm not stopping you. But for starters, I would say start cheap because you're going to go through a lot of it.
So I always have to, like when people ask about Evafoam, I tell them about what you told me, the anti-fatigue mats at Harbor Freight. It's 10 square feet for $9.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend that for starting out. But I've recently started using it's a lot thinner, and it comes. It's hard to really.
No, I can tell. I can tell from using Evafoam that it's actually thinner.
Yeah, it's a lot thinner, and it flexes a lot easier.
Ooh.
So, because I don't know, in your experience working with the anti-fatigue mats, I'm sure you've seen that they're harder to mold.
Yeah, and you got to heat them up.
Heat them up more, but then the surface bubbles up or
it's a pain.
whatnot. So this one, it doesn't take much heat to shape it, and it's a lot lighter weight and it's a lot thinner.
Oh, that's good.
I actually get this from my local comic book shop.
Really?
Yeah, it's Tape is what it's called, and they carry a bunch of other cosplay materials and stuff.
My favorite spot to hit is Hobby Lobby. I hit Hobby Lobby for all kinds of stuff.
I don't go into Hobby Lobby at all, so I would. But that's good that they have it. Yeah, this one comes in a giant roll,
nice.
About this tall. Can't tell. So my chair is back here. So it's usually taller than my chair.
Oh, that's fantastic. It's pretty inexpensive.
For what it is, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't bought the Harbor Freight one since I started doing this. But I definitely would say if you're starting out, start with the cheap Harbor Freight stuff just so you can get used to. A lot of it's just taking 2D and making it 3D. So for instance, normally this is a very a flat shape, and you can see there's a little bit of bend and curve to it on the edge here. But that's just because I had to bevel on the inside. So basically cut out a triangle, but not all the way through. There's no seam here, it's just bent.
Oh, it's awesome.
But, so I just had to cut out a small triangle in here, and then you glue them together. And that just helps create that 3D shape out of something that's 2D.
Fantastic. So
that's what you really got to practice on.
Oh, man. I tried to make, basically, I ordered this off a guy online, but I tried to make this Red Hood mask with Evafoam for a Red Hood cosplay. And I followed all the stuff. I did the saran wrap, the duct tape around the head, and then the cuts. And I couldn't figure it out. But now I got this nice hard plastic one that eventually I've got to put some foam up here so it sits on my head, and then some elastic straps because there's a back piece that like it grips the back of my head. And then after making my other mask, I learned how to do the eyelets. And
yes, your Spider-Man mask.
Yes, which is actually right here.
See it.
It is right here.
There you go. Oh, it looks so awesome. You did such a great job with that.
I was so terrified doing it. Because it was the first time dabbling in some of that stuff, and I was worried I was going to mess up. The mask itself was cheap, so I wasn't worried about buying more stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But my next thing I'm working on is a Jedi tunic.
Woohoo! Okay, so you bought that pattern. Did
Yes,
you get it
$8 on Amazon.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I just typed in Jedi tunic pattern, and they got you got a ninja suits, 2 different cloaks, but I already have a Jedi cloak. But this is the tunic that everywhere.
Hey, you don't need cloaks. You can never have too many cloaks. Don't even go there.
It's too hot down here, and you know it being down in Florida.
You're telling me. It's hard, Florida.
Because I'm trying to figure out different stuff for my Renaissance Festival stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, the Jedi's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, especially because I commissioned fellow nerd Ed Fairbairn. I don't remember if I'm saying his last name correctly. He's doing the General Kenobi first 3 seasons armor for me. It's all going to be 501st, so I'm excited for that. Cause that's who I'm going to do is General Kenobi.
Is that going to be for Dragon next year?
Yes, it should be for Dragon. I'll have that, and then Old Man Rex that he's doing as well for me.
Nice.
So it'll be a very Jedi-centric Dragon Con for me as well. I'll do more on my marvelous pirate Spider-Man.
Are you guys the admins or all doing that group again next year?
Yeah, and everybody else who wants to join in. Anybody that wants to come with us that's going to be at Dragon Con is more than welcome to jump in on the pirate train with us.
And so what is it? It's Marvel? You're not going to expand to DC this year?
Probably not DC, because it takes away the name. Marvelous Pirates.
You're right. I'm sure you can get creative, though.
There's plenty of Marvel characters to choose from that are very similar looking and stylized as DC.
True.
Well, thank you. Oh, do you have any quick tips you want to give anybody, just a quick tip for beginners?
Oh gosh, there's no quick anything. If I can say one thing, what will make and break your cosplay at a con are your attachments. And they're very much a last minute thought. Sometimes in the room you're sitting there wondering, oh shit, how am I going to attach my armor to me? So if you're going to focus on something out of the whole cosplay, focus on your attachments, because if you can't attach it to you, you can't even wear it at the con.
I want to say Julie had that happen either this Dragon Con or last Dragon Con on just one particular item. It wasn't even the whole cosplay. It was like one item.
I even did that this year. It was this piece, actually. It was, and what I ended up doing, and I'm definitely going to do going forward, I think I'm a genius for this. So I put in a rare earth magnet on the inside.
Oh, man.
With Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
And I would put a few more, but I was like I said, it was last minute. I was like, I already had my suit on, everything else was on, my makeup was on. So yeah, I put in a little rare earth magnet, and then I had like a jumbo safety pin with like a lot of metal on the head, and I pinned that to my suit on my arm, and so it stayed there all day. It was perfect.
Holy crap, that is amazing. Stealing that for real, legit.
No, I'm definitely gonna do it again. I don't even know where I came up with it. I was like, what do I do? And I was like, I can pin it to myself. I was like, I can't pin it to myself because you can't pin foam very well. So I was like, well, what else can I attach? And so, yeah, the rare earth thing.
That makes things so much easier. Because I was thinking how I'm going to do my shoulders. Mm-hmm. That's perfect now.
Yeah, and what I would recommend is sewing, if you have the time. Obviously, I didn't have the time. But sewing in like a pocket where you can actually put another magnet. And so if wherever you're going to attach it, to sew in like a pocket with a magnet inside of it.
Yeah.
So that way the magnet's there, and then you have another magnet here, so that way, and it'll stay there the whole time versus moving around.
Oh yeah, definitely would do that. That would make. That's what I was.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, Miranda, thank you, aka Deisel Fueled Cosplay. Thank you for coming by episode 2 and helping out with me.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun.
All right, nerds. Catch me next time for episode 3 with someone else.